It's my TNA Victory Road 2010 pay-per-view predictions. Pay-per-view is live tomorrow night, exclusively on pay-per-view. The first matchup is going to be AJ Styles and Kazarian teaming up to take on to be announced. It's going to be announced on the pay-per-view who their opponents are going to be. If AJ Styles and Kazarian can pick up the victory in this match, they join Fortune. Now, with that being the stipulation for this match, Kazarian and AJ Styles will lose this match, whoever they take on. Now, if I have to guess who they'll take on, I'm thinking TNA, they'll either, put like, two X Division wrestlers, just throw them together and have them take on Kazarian and AJ Styles, or even the better thing, which I'm really hoping they do this, is Generation Me take on AJ Styles and Kazarian, because that'd be a great match, and it'd be a big surprise seeing them to AJ Styles and Kazarian teaming up to take on Generation Me. Even though with the end of the match, Kazarian's probably going to, cost him and AJ Styles victory. It's going to kind of have like a, fluke victory for whoever they take on. It would be a well-deserved pay-per-view victory that the Generation Me needs, and more TV or pay-per-view coverage for them, the better. They need to be showcased a whole lot better than what they are now, which it's looking like TNA's mainly having them on their online, program, or Explosion, and not really doing enough of them on Impact. They definitely are like one of the best tag teams. Young Bucks need to be showcased more, so hoping that's what we'll see, because I would love to see them against AJ Styles, Kazarian be a good match, and like I said, Kazarian and AJ Styles will lose this match, whoever they take on. The next matchup is Angelina Love versus Madison Rayne for the TNA Knockouts Championship versus Career in this match. If Angelina Love cannot pick the victory up, she's gone from TNA. Now, with that being the stipulation for this, she's definitely going to be winning the TNA Knockouts Championship in this match. And there's rumors of saying they're going to have Velvet Sky and Angelina Love reform the original Beautiful People. But the weird thing with it is kind of sound like if they do reform that, it will be more or less like a face, which won't really work for the Beautiful People, since they're supposed to be, those women that think they are, better than everyone and their shit doesn't stink and stuff like that. It will not work as a face. So, wouldn't mind seeing Angelina Love and Velvet Sky back together, the original Beautiful People in TNA, but if they go the route of them being faces, it will be terrible. So, Angelina Love's going to pick up the victory and become the new TNA Knockouts champion. Either she'll win it fairly, or Velvet Sky will play some play into it, her winning the title in this match. Next matchup will be a match no one cares about, and really a match that shouldn't even be on a pay-per-view, which is Brother Ray versus Brother Devon versus Jesse Neal. Now, Brother Ray already put over Jesse Neal, so this match is completely pointless for this match taking place. Now, Jesse Neal is probably going to pick up the victory in this match, since what they'll do is, Brother Ray and Brother Devon, both of them will be going against each other for most of the match, and that will just be able to have Jesse Neal come in and just pick up the victory, kind of a fluke victory, and he'll pick up the win that way, and kind of like probably a roll-up or something. So Jesse Neal will pick up the victory just because that's the way it seems like they're going. They're trying to build him up. They're furthering the whole stuff with Devon and Brother Ray. Next matchup will be probably one of the better matches on this pay-per-view. This match right here, along with Kurt Angle's match, are probably the two main matches I really want to see on this pay-per-view, and this is Beer Money versus the Motor City Machine Guns for the vacant TNA Tag Team Championships. Now, there's been so many chances the Motor City Machine Guns have been given to become TNA World Tag Team Champions, so I'm not going to be shocked if they don't win it, but I'm saying with this pay-per-view, they're vacant titles, and they're long overdue for it. I'm thinking TNA is going to finally wise up and say, we need to put the tag titles on them, so hopefully they put the titles on the Motor City Machine Guns, and I am saying the Guns are going to win the vacant tag team championships, but if they don't, I'm not going to really be shocked either way it goes. But hopefully they'll finally become TNA tag team champions, and maybe if they become champions, we'll see a feud with the Motor City Machine Guns versus Generation Me, because that's really a feud that I think could do a lot of great stuff for the tag team division. Or since it's looking like LAX is going to reform, wouldn't mind seeing an LAX versus Motor City Machine Guns feud either. Motor City Machine Guns, I could see them doing very good as tag team champions, so hopefully TNA finally gives them the championships, but like I said, I'm not going to be shocked if they don't. The next matchup will be Brian Kendrick versus Douglas Williams. This is an Ultimate X match for the X Division Championship. Now, this is different than a traditional Ultimate X match, being that you can win this match either by submission or grabbing the Ultimate X and picking the victory up that way, which is kind of idiotic. I do not like that idea at all. You know, you're doing an Ultimate X match and you're adding a gimmick upon the gimmick match, which just, you know, hurts the whole over quality and meaning of the Ultimate X. And an Ultimate X match, you need to either do it with, you know, 2 tag teams against each other or 3 or 4 wrestlers. It really doesn't work with just, you know, one-on-one against each other. But, you know, it kind of makes sense in some ways, even though I don't like the gimmick upon the gimmick thing, and it just has all of Vince Russo's fingerprints on this match. But nonetheless, you know, in some weird way, you know, even though I don't like the idea, it does make a little sense, because what they're doing with it is, you know, Douglas Williams, he's kind of like the X Division, you know, technical wrestler, and he's not the high-flying guy, and Brian Kendrick is obviously the opposite of that, and, you know, it's kind of like that. You know, Douglas Williams is going to be trying to win this match via submission, and Brian Kendrick's going to be trying to get the Ultimate X. So I kind of understand the clash of styles and the reason why they're doing it, but they could just, you know, done a regular Ultimate X match, or if they didn't want to do, you know, that, just do a submission match or something like that, or a technical-based match, or just a regular match between these two instead of having a gimmick upon a gimmick. But Douglas Williams will retain the X Division Championship. It's going to be depending on how it's booked, because the whole submission and Ultimate X and its Ultimate X match at the same time might work or it might not. We're going to have to wait and see. Next matchup will be Matt Morgan versus Hernandez in a steel cage match. Now, if this was a regular match, I probably wouldn't be looking forward to it much, but since the added gimmick to it being a steel cage match, it could improve the quality of the match with Matt Morgan and Hernandez, and Matt Morgan will pick up the victory, I'm thinking, in this match. Then the next matchup will be a Contenders match. Kurt Angle, now number 10 in the Contenders rankings, versus the Pope DAngelo De Niro, which is number 8 right now. This should be a great match. This match right here probably be the best match on this pay-per-view. Kurt Angle, like pretty much a lot of times on recent pay-per-views, and for a long time at TNA, you know, even when, you know, this card for this pay-per-view, I will admit, it doesn't look like a bad pay-per-view card for TNA. But, you know, Kurt Angle is always going to deliver. He's always going to have pretty much a great match, almost guaranteed all the time. And, you know, with this Contender series and stuff where Kurt Angle's going through the rankings, he could have a lot of great matches. This match with Pope DAngelo De Niro, I'm hoping it gets at least, say, 15, 20 minutes. And it should be a great match between these two. I'm really looking forward to this match. And this is the match I'm saying that most likely will probably be the match of the night on this pay-per-view, with Kurt Angle picking the victory up, even though Elijah Burke, you know, Pope DAngelo De Niro, just recently returned in TNA. Kurt Angle is going to win this match. You know, the reason why they're doing, you know, him going through the rankings is him obviously going all the way to the top. So that's the reason why they're doing that. So Kurt Angle will win this match. Should be a great match. I'm really looking forward to that match. The next matchup will be Ric Flair versus Jay Lethal in a special challenge match. Now, a lot of people probably would expect I'm going to be really railing on this match. I'm not going to really be railing on this match and, you know, bashing it too much. And don't be shocked if Jay Lethal doesn't win this match. I'm thinking that Jay Lethal will win this match and Ric Flair will put him over. But since it's TNA and they're doing this whole, you know, fortune thing and all that stuff with Ric Flair, don't be surprised if he picks the victory up. But possibly in a way, you know, even though if Ric Flair picks the victory up in this match, it can still put over Ric Flair, put over Jay Lethal in this match, even though Jay Lethal wouldn't win the match. But Jay Lethal would be the better choice for winning this match, but I just don't see it happen. I see Ric Flair winning this match. Maybe I'll be surprised. Maybe they'll actually put over Jay Lethal and not just put him over, but actually have him win the match as well. Then the next matchup will be the main event for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This is Mr. Anderson versus Jeff Hardy versus Abyss versus RVD. This should be a very good match. I'm really looking forward to this four-way match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. You're probably going to see some good stuff with Jeff Hardy and RVD in this match. Mr. Anderson could do some good stuff. And, you know, Abyss is starting to kind of, you know, get back to his old self. And even though they pretty much killed the character completely, it's starting to kind of, you know, help out. You know, he's that monster guy that just wants to go out there and destroy everyone. And I'm liking that with him. And do I think he would ever be, you know, World Heavyweight Champion TNA? No, I don't think that much. I know TNA management and Hogan in general is very high on Abyss, so Hogan's very high on him. Don't be surprised if sometime down the line he wins the title. But RVD will retain the title. Should be a very good match. I'm looking forward to this pay-per-view. It actually looks like, for a change, a pretty solid pay-per-view from TNA as far as the way it looks on paper. The main event should be good. Kurt Angle versus Pope DAngelo Nero should be good. And hopefully the Motor Machine Guns finally win the Tag Team Championships. But even if they don't win the Tag Team Championships, they should have a great tag match or a very good tag match with the Beer Money Incorporated versus Motor Machine Guns. Should be a good match. And, you know, the only thing I really have a problem with this pay-per-view is maybe the Ultimate X thing with the whole gimmick upon the gimmick thing. That's really the only thing I really have a lot of problems with. And obviously, I don't think anyone cares about seeing the triple threat match with Brother Ray versus Jesse Neal versus Devon. But overall, the card for this pay-per-view doesn't look bad. It possibly could be a very good pay-per-view from TNA. Definitely looks better than some other TNA pay-per-views this year on paper. So hopefully, the way the card looks, hopefully it delivers tomorrow and it actually turns out to be a good pay-per-view. And yeah, that's it for my TNA Victory Road 2010 pay-per-view predictions. Peace. My TNA Victory Road 2010 pay-per-view predictions. Pay-per-view is live tomorrow night, exclusively on pay-per-view. The first matchup is going to be AJ Styles, Kazarian teaming up to take on, to be announced. It's going to be announced on the pay-per-view who their opponents are going to be. If AJ Styles and Kazarian can pick up the victory and take on Generation Me, even though with the end of the match, Kazarian's probably going to, you know, cost him and AJ Styles victory. It's going to kind of have like a, you know, fluke victory for whoever they take on. It would be a well-deserved pay-per-view victory that the Generations match, they joined Fortune. Now, with that being the stipulation for this match, Kazarian and AJ Styles will lose this match, whoever they take on. Now, if I have to guess who they'll take on, I'm thinking TNA, they'll either, you know, put like, you know, 2 X Division wrestlers just to meet needs and, you know, more, you know, TV or pay-per-view coverage for them, the better. They need to be showcased a whole lot better than what they are now, which it's looking like TNA's mainly having them on their online, you know, program, you know, or Explosion, and throw them together and have them take on Kazarian and AJ Styles. Or even the better thing, which I'm really hoping they do this, is Generation Me take on AJ Styles and Kazarian, because that'd be a great match, and it'd be a big surprise seeing them to AJ Styles and Kazarian teaming up